Right, explaining what's going on, keeping fingers well out. We have an earth 1 and an earth 2. This is from a copper water pipe, and this one is from the domestic earth supply in the house. This device here, yes, it's LEDs, but it acts, I've given it a name, it's called a light bridge. You get a resonance across here of the earth scalar wave. There is a DC output on this side at 45 volts, which is basically the combined voltage of what's coming across here as a DC. The two then come out to a pair of reflecting diodes, and this black, this red and this black go off to the LED panels behind me, which you should know by now, which is 640 volts. As we've got a pair of diodes in here, I've got no flow back of the energy. It's now coming off to a 400 volt, 450 microfarad heavy duty capacitor. That's acting like a dam or like a balance. That's then feeding a single 350 1 microfarad capacitor. Likewise, it's got a pair of reflecting diodes on the back here, and that is pushing into there, and that is pushing in to this stack of 25s here. There's 14 in total, which is 350 volts, and balance at 350 volts at 100 microfarads. So this holds 100 times the volume of that. So it takes 100 discharge of that to fill this to 25 volts. Then on the end we have a 16 volt 100 microfarad, and coming out is the plus and minus to the AVO. And currently we're running at 3 volts. It's still in the discharge mode as I'm waiting for this one to catch up, but we've ended up taking an earth, which is a nothing supply, putting it through a set of LEDs across a capacitor circuit and out to a power source. Now this power source here you can now attach either directly to a line driver at 12 volts DC, which is an AC inverter, which would then create 250 volts, which creates the EMF on this side, which powers the circuit, so the system is self-powering. To try and explain what that is, what we've actually got is a non-resisted E2 EMF scalar extraction circuit. That comes from the green E1 and the red E1, which is basically the earth supply and the copper pipe. Here is the LEDs producing 44 electron volts across the bridge. They then come out to the big capacitor through the reflecting diodes. From that it goes over to the 350 volt single capacitor at 1 microfarad. That's then split off across the complete range, and we've got reflecting diodes down to a single 16 volt, which goes out as a pair of reflective pairs through a lithium storage, and on one side we can tap off 15 volts at the ampage that we so desire, right the way up to 29.6 kilowatts all the way down. We then go through an AC inverter, which gives us 220 volts A3 through an emotive force generator or line driver unit at 230 volts. That gives us 230 volts at 29.6 kilowatts, and the EMF earth from here feeds back to here, so we have its own generated EMF, its own generated light bridge, its own generated electron transfer right the way through to an encapsulated circuit. And that is how you extract energy for free from the earth scalar wave with 2 earth cables and no access to a commercial power supply. Thank you very much.